Hello. Hello. I think we're live. Who's that strange man in the background?
Oh no.
All right, everybody, welcome. Welcome to some very productive work sessions. My name is Joseph Goodman of Goodman Games. I'll pass it to.
We can do this easy. I'm Michael Curtis here from Goodman Games.
And I'm Chris Doyle from Goodman Games.
And we're sitting uncomfortably close because we have a small laptop camera. But we are together at the Goodman Games staff retreat, and we thought we would come on along with a bunch of other people who are here and will make appearances and just say hi and maybe answer questions about Dungeon Denizens and stuff. So Chris, how'd you sleep last night?
I slept terribly, by the way, and very shortly. So after a very adventuresome day getting here through ice storms and plane delays and shuttle delays and creepy Uber guys, but I made it.
Okay,
Yay.
good. Welcome to cold and freezing California.
Yes, it's actually warmer in New Jersey. It's going to be 60 degrees in New Jersey. And just folks, just so you know, this was pitched to us, this staff retreat, like, oh, come on, it's February. I want everybody to come to sunny California and have a great time.
It is sunny.
And I just got
warm.
pulled away from sunny, gorgeous New Jersey. I know that sounds weird to say,
No.
you know, to come here. But anyway, no, it's great. California is amazing. It's beautiful scenery, even though it's cold. It looks really beautiful at midnight. When you can't see anything and you're trying to find your hotel room and you're waiting for the Uber driver and it's 30 and in a weird parking lot when it's 30 degrees, it's amazing. So
literally had a meeting down at the docks at midnight.
yes, I really did. I really did. Unfortunately, no, we couldn't find those containers of product that we're waiting for. Still not there. Wrong kind of ferry.
Mike, how'd you sleep last night?
I slept incredibly considering I was up for 40 hours straight before I went to bed. So yeah, I was going to sleep on the plane, except we had 4 hours of turbulence from the time I left New York until we hit the Rockies. So yeah, so it was really hard to sleep like this, you know. So I made up for it though tonight at like 7:30. I think. So yeah.
So we have a productive day.
I have had a productive day. It was good.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
good to be back here in Northern California. Considering this is the last time I was here was 6 years ago when we did this the first time.
That's right.
Yep.
Then there was a pandemic and I had a baby and
And the
life
time
got busy.
and the time before that, I was in a bear costume up, about northeast of here. So
That's a great segue, Mike.
Thank
For
you.
those of you who don't know, Mike had a career in Hollywood,
I did,
which we should share broadly on the internet now.
for a very brief time. I think that's been a story, but for about a year, I worked in Hollywood as I think we did this during Gen Con, but yes, I worked for a production company down in Los Angeles, and we ended up shooting for 9 weeks up here in Northern California. Actually, we were based in the home of Clark Ashton Smith, a fact which I did not learn
Auburn,
until
California.
2 weeks. Yeah, to
You
Auburn,
taught me that.
California.
Yeah.
Yep, in fact, I did not learn it until 2 weeks after I got back to Los Angeles.
But you can buy, what was the name of the book? The movie Benji and the Bear? Or
No, Gentleman.
Gentle Ben.
Gentleman.
So it's
Yes.
Gentle Ben 2, I think.
Well, no, we shot. It was like Lord of the Rings. We were up there for 9 weeks. We shot them back to back.
People often compare those two movies.
Very much so. Yes. Yes.
They're in the same league. So,
The cocaine bear.
Well, you see, my agents were in discussions with people, but
so anyway, you can, the last staff retreat, I actually bought a copy of the DVD for Gentle Ben.
we never got around.
We never got around to watching it, but I guess there's still time this time.
You can probably get it streaming nowadays.
That's
Actually,
And you have a credit. He was the bear, believe it or not.
I was. Yep.
Yeah. Chris, what kind of weird jobs did you have?
Aquatic biologist for 30 years. I did some weird stuff. We used to shock fish in the middle of the night. Turn up the electricity. You can make those suckers dance if you want.
That's what we were going to do tonight with the staff, actually.
Yeah, I heard that's what we're gonna do. I brought my gear with me. I brought some gear with me. No, that's the next staff retreat. So no, I brought numerous lights and other sort of stuff to bring with me that will come in very handy when we're trekking through the Northern California woods in the middle of the night.
But yeah, so staff retreat is a lot of good strategy discussion, but also a lot of good bonding time. And one of the ways I like to bond is by
Put
hiking.
lives in risk.
Yes. So I think if you're going to publish adventure modules, you need to have a little bit of adventure in your life. So among other things, tonight we're actually going on a night hike with black light flashlights to find cool things that glow in the dark. Maybe I'll post some pictures on the website, but Anyway, it's a long story. It'll be fun. You'll like it.
Joe hunts
Nobody's
us
gonna
for
get hurt.
sport is what actually
Yeah.
is going on here. This is the most dangerous game. Apparently we're going to a place which is chock full of mole holes, which may or not be the result of massive toxins. So we're going to find out.
And then Saturday, we're finding, for those of you who don't know, there's multiple airplanes that crashed in Northern California. You can find the wreckage if you know where to go. So we're going to hike off trail to a really cool wrecked airplane.
Mike was on one that almost crashed yesterday.
We're still contributing to the population of crashed airplanes.
Well, I mean, after the storm, we might discover a new one up there, you know?
Yeah.
Did my shocking of fish influence this product in any way? Definitely. There's got to be, there's got to be a fish in there that's got some kind of electricity damage or and if there isn't, we can fix that.
Yes.
So
I think we just found one of our backer created monsters. We're now
There
getting
we go.
52 electric shockfish.
yep.
So the 4 of you who are watching this at home, you have a leg up over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're supposed to be talking about Dungeon Denizens.
Yeah.
So I hear.
Should.
Yeah, I know.
What's
So,
that?
Is there anything? Oh, wait. So we have the t-shirts on. Look, everybody.
There you
Yeah.
go.
So if you anything you want to say about monsters or Dungeon Denizens or-
I would just like to thank the nearly 3,000 backers we have out the gate in the first
Yeah,
2 days,
it's kind of
which is
amazing.
amazing. We're almost hit our limit for all the backer created monsters,
Yeah.
which I think is 3,500. And then we have to decide, I guess, if we're going to add some more content there or what. But no, thank everybody. We're off to the best start of any of our previous Kickstarters, and hopefully we are well on our way to crushing our previous record on a Kickstarter. We couldn't ask for a better way to start off 2023 with getting out of the gate with just an amazing line. And again, for a project that Mike and I have worked on for literally years, we are so excited to finally be able to be talking about this much more often and seeing that this product is going to come in all the other cool add-ons and everything, where it's really not just a book, it's all the additional things that we've worked together. So thanks to everybody out there.
Yep.
Yeah.
So thank you. We love the fact that we've got DCC people on board. We've got 5e people on board, and more importantly, we got people who just love Goodman games on board. So no matter what flavor you're playing currently, that we've got now 500 more plus monsters, to terrorize your people at home.
Cool. Listen, we actually have a lot of people in the room. So what we're thinking of doing is having other people rotate.
Here comes one of them.
Here comes one of them. So maybe Chris and Mike, if you guys
We're out of here.
step away, we'll come back.
We're gonna go get ready to be hunted for sport.
Yeah, we'll do the group shot in a little bit, but come on in, Bob, and maybe Brendan. I think you're next. Why don't you come talk about dude? Your shoes are different.
They are
Just
different.
noticed that.
That's right.
Wow, how about that?
Hi.
How's it going?
It's going really well.
How'd you sleep last night?
Like I was dead, because that's how I felt.
Okay, good. Sounds like a good night's rest.
Yeah.
It's good. Brendan, how about you?
I am still on East Coast time, so I fell asleep at 9 and I woke up at 3 in the morning, and I've been up ever since.
That's tough.
It's not easy, but
Yeah.
you know what? I'm super excited to be here. We very rarely get a chance to all get together and do this, so this is actually amazing. So I'm super happy to be here with everybody. And we're super happy to be here with you.
Yeah.
So, Brendan, one of my favorite monster stories related to you and your creations was the Cockroachmen, which
Yeah,
were
yes.
that like epic level adventure
Yes,
number.
the
whatever it
the
was.
sacrificial guards in that. Yes, they were giant.
I remember you telling me that. Like, well, tell your story about how they creep people out.
Okay, one of the things I found as a designer is that if you really want to get to your players, use monsters that are based on things that they're actually afraid of. If there's a dragon in the room, no one's really afraid of dragons in real life for the most part, and they will not, you know what I mean, be freaked out by those.
I don't know if I saw a real dragon.
If you see sure, this one, this is it. But sharks, Dobermans, and cockroaches, are all good ones. So I actually kind of overuse cockroach motifs a bit and stuff because they freak me out so badly that I have nightmares about them sometimes. So I put them into things all the time. So, and I just realized like a thing I'm doing right now has had a cockroach in there, and I have a bad guy in my Lankmore adventure. It's called Caleb the Roach. I don't know.
Are we gonna need another cockroach band?
We already need
Go
to
to Cigarette
ban
Band.
cockroaches one more time. Just I should be on like monitoring too.
Cockroach monitoring. Tell all the editors.
My
when you get a
apartment
printed
is.
script. Yeah.
No.
We'll have the Brendan LaSalle branded like roach motels.
New add-on for our Kickstarter.
Gamers check in.
Jen, are you-
Someone says, I love Mutants Castle. Where birthday.
Oh, thank you. Thank
How
you.
can I become a certified love mutant?
Oh man, it's the easiest thing in the world. Just go out there and expose your feelings to the world and let the world do what it does.
Your feelings, expose your feelings.
Yes, just be clear.
Ask Bob a question about dwarves.
Okay, Bob, what do you think about dwarves?
Dwarves are like the best class ever. I mean, flat out, it's dwarves or nothing.
Yeah, man.
Mhm.
Was that what we were supposed to do?
They've got sword and board. They're short. They're furry.
Smelling gold. That's just amazing. That's that's fantastic. I always describe it like garlic to them. Like they just.
I'm just a
stepped in.
dwarf with a pituitary issue.
There be a DCC 5e White Rock from Chris.
Where Chris, come here. You gotta like actually say this to the camera. So Chris is actually playing or
He's
play
running
testing.
around the room right now to get here.
Yeah, it's a big room. A 5e White Rock campaign. What would you like to say about White Rock, Chris?
It has been play tested for a year plus right now.
And we're on level 4.
We are actually on level 4. So, we have a little bit ways to go. So, probably in another 7-8 years, we should be good to go. So,
Okay, somewhere around D&D 7th edition.
yeah, probably. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, there's no more. Yeah.
All right, cool. Thanks. Bob, tell us about one of your favorite monster stories, maybe from Dungeon Denizens or elsewhere.
Well, so in Dungeon Denizens, we were able to take a monster that I had worked on, the Maltod, which I had created as an ancient enemy of the elves, and they're known as the Blight. They're things that people fear. They're subterranean. They're white. They're kind of rubbery. They're faceless, and they infest forests from beneath and destroy the entire forest. And so
Ouch.
being able to expand on those for Dungeon Denizens and then bring them over to DCC was really exciting. There's something that I had originally created for my home campaign for First Ed, and I was able to creep the daylights out of my players with them. And so being able to bring them forward into new editions and expand on them and make them something even cooler. And then there's art with them. It's been really exciting.
Maybe we should show off that art, one of these Kickstarter updates.
Yeah,
Cool.
maybe.
Let's show off some art. I'm for it.
Okay. All right, cool. Well, thank you guys. I'm going to pull in a couple other people and we'll do the group
All right.
shot later on, but thanks for stopping by. This is being published.
Thanks, boss man.
Okay. Cool. All right, cool. Now I'm going to welcome in Jen and Brett. Welcome, folks. How's it going?
Well, I'm good.
Why don't you guys introduce yourselves? I think everybody knows who you are, but just in case.
It's Jen Brinkman of the customer service and convention departments.
And
for anyone
Spellburn
listening.
and other things.
And Sanctum Secorum
Yes.
and go team Linkmar. I
All right.
haven't got
and
much sleep, sorry.
I'm Brett Brooks. You probably know me better as Panda Brett on the site. I mostly do the stuff behind the scenes. It's my big job. I'm the guy who, as I say, walks behind the code.
He's the website guy who makes sure nothing breaks with so many different things.
Well, I try.
Every now and then something still breaks, but then he fixes it really fast.
And that's pretty much, that sums it up. I'm
Yeah.
what I don't fix, Jen does. So.
Yeah, or the team that has been growing
Yeah,
substantially.
our
to
teams
keep
do a
up
lot
with all
of,
you.
my team and her team both do a lot of work behind
Yeah.
the scenes. So
So Jen, tell us one of your favorite monster stories, since we're supposed to be talking
Oh,
Dungeons.
one of my favorite monster
Yeah.
stories. I gotta say my favorite monster in DCC is the mosaic that is in the Emerald Enchanter.
Oh, they're like tile golem?
Yeah,
Okay,
Yeah.
Cool.
I just picture this mosaic and each of the colors of the tiles have different effects in their attacks, and that really appealed to me
That's awesome.
as someone who used to work with her father in the tile industry. So, yeah, again, but
No, that's great.
no, it was in my first campaign over at the FLGS 7 years ago, something like that.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And that's when we discovered that Jen can't draw maps.
Mm.
an important skill to know you don't have.
I acknowledge my weaknesses.
All right. We're supposed to speak a little louder.
Hello.
Okay, so
You can't
Brett,
read that.
yeah, I know. Elena, can you type bigger? We'll talk louder if you type bigger. So, Brett, thank you. Brett, tell us about one of your favorite monster stories.
I've always been a big devil demon guy. I love my two types of monsters I like is I like the manipulative, scheming devil demon that's behind everything. That's
What do I sense
pulling
here?
strings and sitting there making sure everything, the one that never knows behind everything until the last few minutes of the adventure or something. The other thing I like is the exact opposite, the unstoppable juggernaut type monster. I love, bringing Godzilla into an adventure and just, a kaiju stomping through and everybody going, well, now what? Because you get a completely different type of reaction from either one. If the devil demon, you've got to think your way through and understand that there's something going on that you haven't figured out yet and work with that. And then you're confronted by well, I can't stop that.
Yeah.
So what can I do to mitigate the damage that's being done and things like that? It's a wonderful contrast, and just you create, I don't know, interesting scenarios for your players. It's just so much fun to see them responding to that type of thing.
Yeah, I don't think we have kaiju equivalents in Dungeon Denizens. Maybe
Well,
we're gonna need a book 2.
Well, there's some monsters that are being added on that, there's
That's true. Backer created monsters.
backer
Maybe
created
maybe
monsters.
some ideas here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Stretch goals.
So-
We're
Yeah.
gonna need more of those.
yeah, exactly. Oh, what's up?
Uh,
Hey, Matt. Hey,
Cute
Mark.
and careless
Matt and
cat
Mark just
monsters
made it.
for the win. Judge
That would be Matt
Matthews.
Hildebrandt and Mark Brunner for people who can't see what we're seeing.
Oh yeah, clearly,
Um,
right there.
And just
Yeah.
to put this out there, since someone's asking who's taking care of the Brinkman cats, our house is under a very reputable security system, and we have people coming over periodically to look in after the cats. They're fun.
Good to
We
know.
left them with a wheel. They can run off all their energy.
And
Good.
you have one cat who actually uses your wheel now. So
Correct.
that's
She's a maniac.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Pretty impressive.
Okay.
But there are much more interesting people here than me. So
Well, you guys are quite interesting, but we do have to get through.
yeah.
there are a
Still a
bunch
lot
people
of
here,
exciting
so-
people. So yeah, so thank you, Brett and Jim, for stopping by.
And we will.
And maybe here.
Thanks
wait,
for having us.
Wait, Terry, you next? Okay. Harley, you want to come on?
Yeah. And then Hurley has a question for Del.
Oh, okay. All right, cool. How's it going, Terry?
It's going well. I can sit in both chairs, maybe. Just like bounce
Okay.
back and forth.
You got hey, what's up, Harley?
Hey, how's it going?
Good. We'll put you in next, Doug. All right, so Doug's communicating via flashcards that have art. Okay. Why don't you guys introduce yourselves? I just said-
Hello, I'm Terry Olson. Great to see you.
I'm Harley Stra.
Awesome. So welcome, guys. So Harley, I heard you had a very relaxing flight.
I did not have a very relaxing flight. I drove to 3 different airports and finally beat the plane to the last airport and made it here.
So Harley had a true DCC adventure, almost a funnel, but you did survive.
I did survive. Yeah.
I'm gonna say it out loud just because it's
Yeah.
crazy. He drove to Aspen.
Yeah.
But
and
the
then
flight got
Aspen
canceled.
shut down. Yeah. And then we drove to Eagle Vale and that airport got shut down but finally made it to Denver. And
But you raced the plane to Denver, and he got to Denver by car before the plane from Vail had gotten there,
this is true.
and then caught his connecting flight. But then the engine broke.
The engine wouldn't start, and then it was so cold that the tugs that would bring it back to the airport for the huffer to restart or force start the engine, the tugs wouldn't work. And then by that time, the time had elapsed. By the time we made it back to the airport, they were like legally mandated to allow everyone to deplane. It was a saga, but I got here. Yeah.
And by the way, it's
Actually, you know the best part?
What?
Best part. All right, so there I am. I'm sleeping on the floor. I came in at 2:30 in the morning. I didn't want to disturb, Doug or Stefan. And Doug got up to take a shower this morning. The first thing I woke up to is Doug hitting me like, "Get in bed." Like, why do I need to get in bed? Because I'm not in bed. That was really awesome. That's how we express love.
Yeah. I'm glad there was love behind that comment.
No, that's awesome.
I was gonna say, if you need a new monster name, Huffer is
It does have a
spot
ring to
on,
it.
you know.
Yeah. So speaking of that, Terry, tell us about some of your favorite monster stories, encounters, stuff like that.
Oh,
Actually, sorry, I have to say, Chris used you as a role model for how not to fight a gnomish construct.
oh yeah, that clockwork
Yeah.
cube or whatever it is. Yeah, that thing was nasty. So somehow it grabbed my character and pulled it in and started munching on me, which I actually like. So I guess that's the most important thing to me with monsters is things that surprise me, things that are unexpected, things that are narrative. You can imagine it in a movie or reading in a book, having the monster sort of transcend stats and excite you and have you visualizing it.
That
Those are
sounds
the
cool.
exciting ones. Yeah. And that was a good one. Stinking Clockwork Academy.
But did it kill you or did you?
no,
Of course not.
it was a
They were
flesh
annoyance.
wound.
Yes. Very good. Well, and that one's in the book. Chris discussed it. Actually, we should post the art to it at some point. I'm pretty sure I saw that image come across. It was
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Any other monster stories you want to share with us or tales?
Oh, well, I'm trying to think, Jen actually stole my thunder because I too am a fan of the tile golem from Emerald Enchanter. But one thing I like to do with monsters is try to make them seem impossible, but they're not. So I love putting people up against something that's really big and seemingly just there's no way of survival, but somehow letting it be a puzzle, through experimentation with the beastie that can conquer. So those are my favorite kinds of monsters and
That's
characters.
awesome.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. So thanks for sharing. I'm gonna ask maybe you get up and then Doug come over here because it sounds like Doug
Doug.
and Harley have a story to tell. Thank you, Terry.
Yep.
Okay.
I am not Doug.
Okay. Doug is saying if you can't hear that, sorry, not Doug is saying I am not Doug. Say it again. Okay.
I am not Doug.
Who are you? Not Doug.
I am experimenting with a new method of illustration called the method illustration method, where I become the monster.
Okay.
Okay,
It's like method acting, but
right.
Is there any monster you've illustrated that you would not indulge in becoming that monster?
There are many monsters, and there are times to be all monsters. But now I am Juggernaut Gargantua.
So
Who wants to stat that up? It's on the table.
So there was this time that Doug came to visit us, and I was bragging to him at the house. My kids were really little, and they were scared of the dark. And my wife said, "Well, you don't have to be scared of dark. Your dad's in charge of all the monsters." Because I'm a dungeon master. And Doug leans over and he's like, "The scariest monsters are humans."
Now your kids are terrified.
Well, there's a good warning.
Yeah, it's probably true though.
Evil men
Evil
cannot
men.
be trusted.
We've agreed
Yeah,
to this. Yeah,
that's true. Yeah.
Yeah,
All right, I'm not good at the method.
I think you're great.
I think you did pretty good.
I don't want to blow out my voice.
Well, you could just. Now I don't want to put my mouth close to this microphone.
It's just monster germs. Ask me a question.
Fine. Is there going to be anything that denotes who did which monsters in the book?
Oh, so question.
Signatures. It's an old school thing that we do. As each individual artist puts a signature because we're not owned by the corporation.
You're not a
Why am I
robot.
talking like this.
Unless the artist prop, like the signature's gone.
So the question was, how will we know who did each monster? Yeah. So that's a good idea to sign it. Yeah.
We sign all our.
I mean,
it's
that's a
nothing
crazy
new.
idea, Doug, because there's some companies that don't do that.
Who would do that?
I know.
Who try to make all their artists look exactly the
I know.
same and deny their individual.
I know. And hire
I can't
robot artists,
imagine.
It's
I can't
incredible.
imagine
It's unthinkable.
a company would ever do that.
I know. We should really just
Ha. And just make them all do the same stuff.
same style.
Juggernaut is seeing traction on this too.
Juggernaut.
Oh, you're Juggernaut.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
We might have a
Gargantuan.
monster.
Yeah.
Gargantuan Juggernaut. Yeah. Can we
Okay.
do a cardboard cutout of that? Add it to the pawns.
Somebody's got to stab that out. The monster is an illustrator that believes he's a monster.
Yeah.
You find him in the dungeons. He's like got a craft table in front of him. He's like painting away.
Oh, that actually
There's
be pretty
precedent
cool.
in
Yes.
you're thinking of
Yeah.
the Lovecraft.
Yeah.
Pigmen.
Oh.
Pigmen's model.
Yeah, you're
Nailed
right.
it. That makes sense.
I'm not a monster. I'm an artist.
That's
So
actually brilliant.
Kovacs's model.
There we go.
And then I got bit by the monster, and then I became the monster, and then I met Randolph Carter in the Dream Realms.
Uh-huh. We should just take like a picture of your art studio and like make it into a trap. Like not a trap, but like
Maybe.
I'd be cool.
So Doug, I hear you. Actually, sorry, before I ask this question, Harley, is it okay if I rotate in Stefan? Because I want to ask these guys a question.
Yeah,
about art.
no,
Or do you
yeah.
have to, sorry, go for it. What you got?
No.
No, it's okay. What do you got? What do you got?
There he is.
Oh, okay.
Stefan.
Hello, Stefan.
Hey,
You want to tell everybody who you are?
I am Stefan Pogue.
Stefan makes. So I hear you guys make art with your hands and not robots or computers. Is that true?
That is true.
How
The
do you do such a
old-fashioned
thing?
way. Well, you have to learn first to grab a pencil,
Oh, that's
hold
hard.
rub it against the paper.
Grab it, then you hold on to it.
How do you position your fingers like this?
Yeah, it's usually like this.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And then what happens next?
Eventually you send it to the publisher.
Oh, that's why I get those emails from you.
Yes, yes. Eventually, well, we finish it and then it becomes part of the printed piece.
Yeah.
I don't know where we're going, Joe.
I don't either.
I'm trying.
Ask me a question. I can
Uh,
answer
okay,
any-
sorry.
I can answer. any.
Any question? Hmm.
Yeah.
What is the capital of Kazakhstan?
Oh, North Kazakhstan?
No, South
we don't talk
Kazakhstan.
about
Before the Great
We
Rift.
don't talk about South Kazakhstan.
Okay.
North Kazakhstan.
Okay, North
It's-
Kazakhstan
it's
then.
With the capital. of
Yeah.
North Kazakhstan.
And what is their gross domestic product and primary export?
Um, well, okay. It's called Matthewvania. My middle name, Matthew. And what we do is it's mostly a service-based industry
Okay.
where we send people, you can rent people for days at a time, but what they do is they travel with you to exotic locations. When you're on a trip, you get somebody from North Kazakhstan and they go to a hotel with you and they take a crap in the pool.
Family TV.
You asked me to be on it.
Okay.
I have not used any profanity once yet.
Okay.
I'm doing good.
All right, good. Oh, it's raining outside. That hasn't happened in a long time.
Huh.
All right.
Is it blood?
No, I think it's the water. The prophecy has not yet come true. Okay. So
Sorry.
Stefan, tell us one of your monster stories. Maybe a monster, really cool monster you got to illustrate or from a
I've got
game you
cool
play.
monster I got to illustrate. I've been illustrating a lot of animated things. So every thing in your house can become a monster. It's a
Mm.
broom, or it's a book, or it's a desk. I don't know if that strikes everyone as exciting. To me, it makes my ordinary life more menacing.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
What's most dangerous, the book, the desk, or the
Well, I have a lot of books, so
books? I did do an illustration in which one? The one with the green one and the big eyeball, where people are
green
being
one.
killed by books. It's
Oh, yeah, yeah,
DCC
yeah.
module.
We did a
Yes,
couple.
It's
it looks like the Residence guy.
it's the one who watches from below.
Yeah, oh,
The-
that one,
the-
yeah.
the Spread in it is one of the elves.
Yes, that's
I
right, yeah.
can't- The
Yeah.
elf that we named that we can't pronounce her name.
Yeah. If you say it once on Twitch, then it's official, is the
I
pronunciation.
still can't pronounce it. I gotta pronounce it once. But
Okay.
she's being killed by a malevolent book.
Mm.
And then in that illustration, I wrote the spines of the books are all the books that I had read, like within a year or something.
Is the book a banned book or not a banned book?
Are the books banned books? I don't think they're banned, not yet.
That's good.
Uh,
We
well,
should
they
ban
weren't-
books. Let's not ban books.
They weren't at the time.
Even if they're evil person eating books, we probably should.
One of them was Steinbeck, one of them was, I think, Roadside Picnic, which is like the story for the Tarkovsky movie Stalker.
Okay.
You don't know what I'm talking about?
No, I don't know that one.
one.
Sorry, I was busy reading Appendix Ends.
Okay, well,
Hey, Mike. Mike wants to say hi.
Come to Scenic, California. It's literally hailing outside right now.
I know. What's up with this weather? We actually need the water though. All right, cool. So let's pull in. We got.
can I leave?
Yes, you're excused. Don't forget your monster face. Yeah, Matt, do you mind joining us?
Good.
Cool. Thank you, Stefan, for stopping by. See you later.
One quick flash shot at
You want me
this.
to? Should I pretend to be a monster?
Oh, this is me.
Oh, sorry. What's up, Matt? Good to see you, man.
How you doing?
Good. How are you?
In real life even.
In real life, yeah. We
It's so
lost.
frightening.
Did we lose Mark? I guess we lost Mark.
Yeah, Mark said that.
Oh, okay. I'll grab him soon. How's it going, Mark? Or Matt? Sorry.
It's going good.
Stop this.
Just got to San Francisco for my first time.
It's your first time here?
First time ever. Yep.
Wow, what do you think of the weather?
It's awful. Yeah, not at all what was advertised, but it's okay. We'll take it. We'll take it.
Yeah, you can't really return it. I mean, I guess you're stuck with
Yeah.
it. So sorry.
We are, yeah.
How was your fight?
It was uneventful, which is
Okay.
good. Yeah, a little too long, but they all are. And but nothing, all green. So worked out okay.
Did you manage to fall asleep?
There was not much sleeping. No.
We're all gonna be really tired tonight.
Yes, we are.
Okay.
Yep.
All right, cool. Well,
There were some pieces of some sketches that came in on the plane, which I processed.
oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so I did a little bit of work. at
That's
least.
good. Wait, tell us about some of the favorites. What are some of the cool, by the way, this is Matt Hildebrand, the art director for Dungeon Denizens. We should probably say that.
Hello.
So
Yes.
all that cool art, he didn't actually draw any of it,
Not a lick.
but
Not a lick.
he gave inspiration to the artists.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's it. That's it. Or at least keep track of spreadsheets upon spreadsheets.
He's our spreadsheet manager.
Yeah, exactly. Making sure everything makes sense. But that is the best part of the job, right? Is like you wake up and you open your email and there's amazing art from Doug or Stefan or Brad or Will, and it's like Christmas. It's
Yeah.
like Christmas every day. So that part is awesome.
That is cool.
Yeah. Yeah. And I do think that we have some new artists involved in it too. So that's a plus. There's like more of a variety of styles on different things. And sometimes there's 4 different eel dragons, for instance. So there's going to be different iterations of creatures, or like dragons as they ascend through different ages. All that stuff's cool to see.
Yeah.
Anyway, the good thing too is sometimes, like Stefan was talking about, the animated nets or animated shells, like inanimate objects that someone who's talented like him can actually take and make look threatening. And that's a
That's cool.
skill that
Yeah.
not everybody has. But he's the right guy to send stuff like that, for sure.
All right, that's cool. So I hear we work with robot AI art, or maybe we don't. Could you remind me?
It is the opposite.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Okay.
Yeah, we employ real artists who use their real hands to make really cool artwork. And there's, nothing against digital artwork, but we like artifacts, right? We like actual ink on paper. We like something to be able to hold up afterwards and say, look, it's real. And hopefully in that piece eventually goes on to become part of a portfolio that a fan
Yeah.
shows up at a con and sees, and I love the piece in the book, and it looks so much more amazing in real life, and please, Doug, let me buy that.
Yeah.
Right. So that's a bonus too. You can't do that with digital.
Yeah, that's actually a great point. This sounds weird, but computers only can hold whatever 1,000 images or 1,000,000 images or something.
Right.
And it's so often the case that I go to Gen Con and see an original by Doug or Stefan or whoever
Mhm.
and compare it to what was in the book. And the book looked good, but the original looks 10 times better
Totally
because the
case.
colors are just so much more subtle. you know?
Yep. Totally the case. Yeah, that's been my experience too, and that makes it even more special.
Yeah.
Right. And the whole thing. And sometimes people don't want the finished piece. They want the sketch, right? Like the sketch is a little bit more lively. So sometimes there's an option there to snatch at that stage
Yeah.
as opposed to the finished piece, which I think is an interesting option too.
Yeah.
For sure.
That's cool. That's really
Yeah.
cool.
It's awesome. It's a great project. I'm pumped to be working on it, and I'm glad it's doing so well. And it's who knows where it'll go.
Yeah. Yeah. We got a lot of awesome backers supporting it, which is great.
Totally the case. Totally the case. That's really neat.
Cool. So we got to wrap up soon. Our next stop is actually, we rented out a theater and we're having a private showing of Conan the Barbarian, the original 1982 edition, which will be awesome because I've seen it, but I've never seen it. Unless my parents took me to it, and I don't remember it. I don't think I ever saw it in a theater.
My
So
parents were cool, but they weren't that cool.
yeah, exactly. No R-rated movies when you were like 8 or whatever. Yeah. Yeah. So it should be really cool.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
So let me pull everybody into the shot here. Hey, Brett. Hey, everybody, do you mind just joining for a minute? We'll say goodbye to all the viewers. And I don't know where Mark Bruner is here too, but we seem to have lost him. So, oh, we lost Jen too. Yeah, but we'll fit his, let me scoot this camera back. We'll kind of like squish down.
In the front there.
Somebody gets in the front. Yeah. I'll go. There we go.
Tall people.
Here comes the monster. Okay. All right. Are we all visible more or less? And pretend that like Jen is over there and
Everybody's here.
Mark
Yeah.
is over there.
Here's Jen's phone.
Do you have her wallet too?
I can't talk about that.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you to everybody for supporting Dungeon Denizens and Goodman Games in general. We really appreciate it. And thanks for stopping by and watching the show. And why don't we say thanks on 3? 1, 2, 3. Thanks. Okay.